everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Flip the Page challenge. So this book challenge was originally created by Jessie the Reader. I saw it recently on Becca from Becca and the Books channel and I thought that it sounded like a lot of fun, so I decided that I would like to go ahead and do the challenge. I will link both Jessie's and Becca's channels in the description below so that you can go and check them out. I will also link all of the people who helped me out with the challenge in the description below as well, so you can go and check them out if they have a Twitter. Some people were people who commented on Facebook. I tend to keep that one to myself, so I won't put any of the information or anyone's photos or anything if they're a Facebook friend, but if they are a Twitter person, then I will link their details in the description below. So the idea behind this challenge is that you ask people for coordinates which will get you to go to a book, and then you use the book to answer the different parts of the challenge, and you basically create yourself a little story. So when Becca did this challenge, she went through and found all the books as she went through. I thought about doing that one, but our house is currently in a state of disarray because we are doing renovations and different things, so where a lot of the books are at the moment, it's a bit hard to get to, so I thought it probably wouldn't be very interesting. So I have a pile of books, but I'll go through and kind of just make up an order. I won't necessarily do it in the order in which I got my coordinates. So let's get the stuff. Alright, so the first thing is you are getting a new identity. Let the coordinates guide you to a book. Flip to the page you were given and the first name you see is now your new name. The first book on the top of the pile was from a very old friend of my family's, Joy, and she wanted me to go to bookshelf number 4, shelf number 3, book number 15, page 195, but it's actually a kid's picture book, Edward the Emu by Sheena Knowles, so there is no page 195, but I have to find myself a new name, and the main character is Edward, so that is my new name. I am now Edward. So let's see what is going to happen to Edward. It's time to get up and move the heck out of your town. The location of your book coordinates lead you to where you will be moving. Alright. For this one, my friend Kyle wanted me to go to shelf number 1, bookshelf number 1, shelf number 1, book number 1, and then page 133. So that book is The Wee Free Men by Terry Pratchett. Let's see where I am moving to. Page 133. Okay, Okay, so they don't actually talk about a specific place on page 133, but this book takes place in the Discworld, which is Terry Pratchett's fantasy world that is a flat circular world like a disc that floats through the sky on top of 4 elephants who then also stand on top of Great Achuan the sky turtle. So Edward is moving to the Discworld. Alright, so the next thing, I have settled into my new home and I have to get a job to get that cash money flowing again. Create a job using the object you find with the coordinates and page number. So next book on the pile I found using the coordinates given to me by Kat from Stars and Embers. Kat wanted me to go to bookshelf number 1 and shelf number 3 and find book number 13, which gave me Oathbringer Part 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I haven't actually read this one. I've only read the first book, or the first 2 books, Part 1 and Part 2, in the Way of Kings series, so I'm hoping I won't get spoiled, but I'm sure I'll forget what on earth I do now. Anyway, so Kat also wanted me to go, page 133. Oh, we had 233s. Well, there you go. To find the object which will give me my job. 133. Map. A map is the first thing that they talk about, the first object that they mention. I guess that makes me a cartographer. So there you go. I am a cartographer for the Discworld, and my name is Edward. Alright, what's the next thing in Edward's new life? You've started your job and you've started developing feelings for your co-worker. Find the book using your coordinates, flip the page to the page number you were given, and the first character you come across will be the character you are falling for. So, let's see, go to the next one in the pile. This book is one that I found by using coordinates given to me by Jane from Bookaholic. So she wanted me to go to bookshelf number 3, shelf number 2, and book number 23, which got me The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackay. Unfortunately, this is another book that I haven't read yet, so let's hope that I don't spoil myself for this one either. And I'm going to go to page 207. Jake is the first character who has a bit of dialogue on here, so I am falling for Jake. Next thing is me talking to Jake. So it says, using the coordinates and the page number, the first piece of dialogue that you come across will be the first thing you say to your potential lover. So this could be interesting. So the next book on the pile was from Connor, from Connor's Library Corner. And Connor wanted me to go to bookshelf number 6, shelf number 1, and to get book number 12. So that gets me Popcorn by Ben Elton. So what is the first thing that I'm going to say to Jake? It could be interesting because popcorn, yeah. Page 260. Yes, I can see her. The first thing that I say to my potential lover to try and wow them and make them want to be with me is, yes, I can see her. Not sure, as pickup lines go, honestly, what kind of a pickup line that is. I don't feel like it would be super successful. Let me know in the comments below what you would think if someone who was trying, what you would make of that. Someone tried to pick you up by saying, yes, I can see her. Could have been worse though. The line really gets to them. Apparently dear old Jake was really excited by that one. Next thing you know, you're in love. You're going to propose, but buying a wedding ring is too expensive. Fair. Using the coordinates and flipping the page to the page number you were given, the first object will be what you propose with. Alright, what am I going to be proposing with? Let's see. Next book on the shelf. This will be interesting also. This is from Jenna from Just a Little Bit Random. Jenna wanted me to go to bookshelf number 4 and shelf number 2 and book number 21, which got me The Order of the Stick, Snips, Snails and Dragon Tales. This is a graphic novel Dungeons and Dragons story, so it'll be very interesting to see what I'm going to use to propose to my beloved. Let's see, what page number are we going to? 308. Hopefully they don't have a huge amount, they don't really have page numbers, so I'm just going to go to the back. Alright, the first item I see is a longsword. This dude here is carrying a longsword, so I'm going to propose to Jake after having sneered him by saying, I see her. I'm going to propose to him using a longsword. Why Jake is in this relationship, I do not know, but apparently he is, so there you go. We're at the wedding. Wedding time. What are we going to say in our vows? So again, I need to find the next book and use the coordinates to find out what it is that I say in my vows. This could be fun also. This next lot of coordinates were given to me by Helen from Helen's Bookhaven, and she wanted me to go bookshelf number 5, shelf number 3, and book number 46, which gives me Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Last Gleaming. So this is season 8 of Buffy, and this is the final volume in that series. I'm going to page number 46 to find out what I'm going to say in my vows. Page number 46. War. War is the first bit of dialogue. That is the thing I say in my vows. I mean, if I were Edward, I don't think I'd be going through with this. I mean, Jake, I'm Edward. If I were Jake, I don't think I'd be going through with this and marrying Edward after this. But it's sort of fitting given that I used a sword to propose to him. Let's see how what else we're going to have to deal with in this amazing relationship. It's honeymoon time. Wherever the book's location that your coordinates lead you to will be the destination for your lover's retreat. Alright, next book on the pile. This was from my friend Anna, and she wanted me to go to bookshelf number 4, shelf number 2, book number 17, which gives me 450 from Paddington by Agatha Christie, and we're going to page 450, which I don't even know if we can. We can't. So there's 220 pages in this book. So if I divide 450 by 225, that still doesn't work. We'll just go to the end of the book. How about that? Where are we going? We are going... Oh, the book's location. Well, the book's location is England. So we're going to England for a honeymoon. I'm okay with that. I really, really like England, so I'm pretty happy with that. I hope that that makes Jake happy, given how much, what else we've done. That's pretty safe, really. Things get a little cray on the honeymoon, and now you're expecting a baby. Using the coordinates and the page number, the first name that you find is going to be the name of your newborn child. Alright, next book on the list. Found using coordinates from Olivia, from Olivia's Catastrophe. She wanted me to go to bookshelf 5 and go to shelf number 2. Book number 22, and that gives me Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Name for my newborn baby. Where am I? 384. Again, this book is not that long, so we'll just go 237. It's about a third of the way through the book again. Alright, the first name. So the first name that I found was a title, not a name, but there isn't another name on this page, so we're going to go with President. I named my child President, which kind of works given that all of my other decisions seem to be quite questionable. My name for my child would be quite questionable. So yeah, Edward and I got married even though my pickup line left a lot to be desired, and I proposed to him using a sword, and in our vows I said war. He still went through with it, we still managed to have a baby, and I sealed the deal by calling the baby President. Great, great, great. It's going to be all good. Alright, so we're jumping 5 years into the future, and my child is desperately begging for a pet. Using the coordinates, find the book, flip to the page number. The first creature you come across will be your pet. If I don't find a creature, the first object will be used as a pet as replacement. So this could be very interesting. Let's hope we come across a creature rather than an object, because after giving my child the name President, I hope that I can be nice enough to give them an actual pet. So the next set of coordinates were given to me by Chelsea from Jessie Zhao, and she wanted me to go to bookshelf number 2, shelf number 1, book number 14, which gives me An Ember in the Ashes by Sabah Tahir. So now I have to go to page 199. There are no creatures on this page. And the first object is a pocket. Someone put their hands in their pockets. Wow, I'm an amazing parent. I called my kid President, and when they begged me for a pet, I gave them a pocket. I don't even know how you would do that. But that's what they get to be their pet. I wonder what they will call it. My child is going to school. Find the book using the coordinates, flip to the page number, and using the words on that page, create the name of the school. Alright, so this next book I found because Lana from Law and Lullabies gave me these coordinates. Case 6, shelf 2, book 16, which got me Jasper Jones by Craig Silvey. Now 329 is the page number I have to go to. Alright, using words on this page. Alright, so we don't really have anything in particular that I would think would be the name of a school. We have Starlight, Red, the Red Starlight Academy. That sounds like, I mean, that, you know, that could actually be like maybe a Steiner, the name of a Steiner school. Yeah, we're going to go with the Red Starlight Academy. So, poor old president with his pocket, or her pocket, or their pocket, is going to the Red Starlight Academy. Steiner School. What else am I going to do to this kid? Well, apparently I haven't changed very much because I've decided to start a YouTube channel as a side hobby. Find the books using your coordinates, flip to the page, and find something on that page that will help you to decide what topic your channel will cover. So, let's see. My friend Rachel gave me some coordinates, which were bookcase, I should say, number 3, shelf number 3, book number 17, which gives me The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. So now I need to go to page number 175 and find something on the page that will help me decide my topic. So on this page we have the main character waxing lyrical about cigarette smoke. They're on a station, the train. Maybe I could make a YouTube channel about trains and different trains around the world and where they go and what kind of trains they are and all of that sort of thing about trains. Yeah, very exciting YouTube channel all about trains. So we're going to create my YouTube channel name now. So we need to do that using some more coordinates. So the book that I have here, this is from my friend Jake. So he asked me to go to bookcase number 3, and then shelf number 3, and then book number 3, which gives me A Letter of Mary by Laurie R. King. And now I need to go to page 333, which there isn't that many pages in the book. 312, so we'll just go back to the beginning, page 20. Alright, so using words from this page, creating my YouTube channel. Hopeless Romantics. That is what I'm going to call my YouTube channel. The last line of the book, homes were a pair of hopeless romantics, I said, and we turned and walked back to the cottage. So, Hopeless Romantics, my YouTube channel, all about trains. Would you sign up? Will you subscribe to my channel? So now I need to decide how I greet my viewers every time I create a video. So I need to find a book using coordinates, etc. The first piece of dialogue is how I will greet. So my friend Tatiana wanted me to go to bookshelf number 3, shelf number 2, book number 20, which gets me The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Marianne Schaefer and Annie Burrows. And I'm to go to page 69. First piece of dialogue. It's written in epistolary. So I'm just going to say that the first bit of the letter is dialogue. Thank you for your letter and your kind questions about my grandson Eli. That's going to be how I introduce my video. Say hello to everyone when I have each video. That's an interesting way of talking about trains. Thank you for your interest, your kind letter and your interest in my grandson Eli. Yep, there you go. The next thing I decided to do is write a book myself. So using coordinates, I'm going to go to a book and figure out what I'm going to call the book. So my friend Alison wanted me to go to bookshelf number 1, to shelf number 3, book number 21, which gives me I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Now I have to go to page 333, which of course there aren't that many, so that's fine. We'll go to page 33 because we can't go to page 333. Using words from the page, I name my book. So we've got a sawed-off shotgun, a key on a chain, cotton dresses, tears. We're going to call our book Tears and a sawed-off shotgun, which I think is fitting for Edward. Next book that I have to use I found because the Spine Breakers gave me the coordinates bookshelf number 2, shelf number 4, book number 18, that's this one, Streams of Silver by R.A. Salvatore. So I have to go to page number 18, and the first line that I see on page number 18 is the opening line of my book. Well aware of the halfling's love of comfort, she could not understand what had possessed him to run off down the road after the others. Yeah, I could go with that. Sounds like a good opening line. Well aware of the halfling's love of comfort, she could not understand what had possessed him to run off down the road after the others. Sounds just about right. Plot twist. Dun, 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 dun. The reason you even created a new identity for yourself is because a killer knew it was after you. Now that you're a mega famous YouTube star and author, they've tracked you down again and they're coming for you. Wow, I'm super clever, aren't I? So, find the book using your coordinates, flip the page to the page number, and the first character you see is the person who is going to try to kill you. Brooke from Brooke's Books wanted me to go to shelf number 5, shelf on that bookshelf number 2, book number 18, and that gives me The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Yes, behind me are The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. We have more than one copy in this house. So, this little mini Hobbit, and I need to go to page 218. Let's see who's after me. A dwarf. A dwarf is after me. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. The dwarf is going to go hunt down Edward. Alright, so one day I'm setting up to film a YouTube video and suddenly I am struck by the killer and killed. Oh no. So I need to use the coordinates to find the first object that I find that will be my murder weapon, or the murder weapon. These coordinates were from Chloe Reads Books, and she wants me to go to bookshelf number 3 and shelf number 2 and book number 12, which gets me The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiradi. I apologize, I'm not sure how to say this surname. I'm very sorry. Page 197. I don't know if we'll even have 197 pages. 136, which means we can just go to 97, I think, like we did before. Alright, the first object. Garden clippers. Yeah, they would be pretty deadly. Garden clippers kill me. A dwarf using garden clippers kill me. There you go. And finally, what is going to be on my tombstone? Using coordinates from Kat from Brews and Reviews, I had to go to bookshelf number 6, shelf number 4, book number 11, which got me One Day by David Nichols. And I have to go to page 295. What is on my tombstone? Is it the first bit of dialogue? Just the first line. You know what happens. You have a family. Your responsibilities change. You lose touch with people. ... Okay. To sum up my life, I have got, you know what happens. You have a family. Your responsibilities change. You lose touch with people. ... on my tombstone. I feel like that's kind of fitting for a life, you know? You get distracted by things going on and you don't necessarily get a chance to do all the things you wanted to do or you thought you wanted to do. So, yeah, that kind of works. Not sure if it really tells you much about me as a person or Edward as a person, but I think it's a fairly fitting tombstone, to be honest. So, that was the flip the page challenge. I had a lot of fun making that. I am now surrounded by a bunch of books that I will need to figure out how to put back on my shelves. But yeah, it was a lot of fun and a lot of craziness. Please comment below what you thought of all the various things that I am apparently doing in my new life. Let me know if you've done this video yourself before and I'd love to have a look at that, so leave me a link if you have done this. If you would like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, I would love it if you would leave me some kind of like, what kind of face emoji in the comments below. All of my social media details are in the description below, so if you'd like to go and find me on any of those platforms, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you would go and subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.